So I've been on Strattera for a little over a week now, and it's had some interesting effects on me. In this video, I'm going to go through a day by day of how I felt while taking the medication and sort of the changes throughout the week. Before I get into it, I want to quickly mention that during this time, my diet did not change, the amount of exercise I got did not change, and I actually did get more sleep. So day one, I woke up early. I actually took it before I did anything, got right out of bed, took my medication, and didn't notice anything right away. I would say after about 5 hours, I noticed that I had dry mouth and I was drinking a lot more water than I usually do, but that didn't really bother me because I like to drink lots of water throughout the day anyway. One thing that did happen though is I had a bit of a stomach ache, and it was a weird stomach ache that just did not go away no matter what I did. Usually if you have a stomach ache, you go to the bathroom, take care of what you need to take care of and move on with the day, but no matter what I did, the stomach ache did not go away and it just lingered throughout the rest of the day. And that was pretty much my first day on Strattera. I was doing all of this throughout my workday, and I just had a little bit of dry mouth and a stomach ache. Now, day two was a bit different. I woke up, I took my medication, and I went through my normal morning routine, got ready, ate breakfast, and went to work. But during day two, I noticed that I had a lot of dry mouth. Now, I work outdoors, and I'm pretty active throughout the day, so normally I drink a lot of water, but I was very thirsty the entire day, and I drank a whole lot of water. And that was pretty much the only change that I noticed for day two. And this brings me to day three, where again, I had a lot of dry mouth, pretty much the same as day two. However, I noticed that I was a bit tired throughout the day. Now, I really didn't have a reason to be tired because usually I get between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. And on this particular night, I did get 8 hours of sleep. So I didn't have a reason to be tired. Again, my diet or exercise didn't change throughout this time, so really there was no other sort of changes going on, but I was a little tired. Now, day four, same thing again. I had a lot of dry mouth throughout the day. However, when I woke up on day four, I just kind of felt very tired. I didn't feel like getting up out of bed. I didn't really feel like doing anything, and it actually affected my workday. Whereas throughout the day, I was just feeling super tired and really unmotivated to keep going. So I had to drink a lot more caffeine than usual to really get through my workday. And so by the end of the day, that dry mouth persisted and I was pretty tired. Now, days 5 and 6 were pretty much the same, where again, I had that dry mouth, but I was very tired, and I mean exhausted. I woke up after right around 8 hours of sleep, and I just had no energy. I was running on empty the entire day. I had to take a lot of caffeine, and usually when I get home from work, I'm able to do a few things, take care of some responsibilities, maybe do some chores, but these days I had zero motivation to do any of that. I just wanted to eat, take a shower, and lay in bed. And throughout this time, my mood was okay. I wasn't feeling agitated or irritated or sad or anything. I just had no energy and was super tired. And this brings us to day 7, where I really didn't actually have a whole lot of dry mouth, but I was still exhausted. Again, it was very difficult for me to get through my workday. And also, again, I had to take a whole lot of caffeine to really get any sort of energy or momentum going throughout my workday. But I did actually notice that I had some increased focus. Now, I don't know if that was a placebo effect, because when I was doing my own research on the medication, it says it takes between 2 to 4 weeks or even a bit longer to notice an increase in focus. So it might be a bit of a placebo effect, but I did notice that I had a bit more focus. Now, one of the major changes that I had on day 7 was a major reduction in brain fog, and it felt like a huge weight had been lifted off of my brain. Now, brain fog is one of the major symptoms that I deal with when it comes to ADHD, and with that comes this strange feeling of what I mentioned before, of this huge weight just being pushed on my brain, where I have to really fight to get anything done, and I can't retain any sort of information, and I overall just don't feel good. But I noticed that on day 7, a lot of this was alleviated. I had pretty much no brain fog, and that other strange feeling kind of went away. And so that has been it so far after an entire week. Now, my appetite has stayed the same, and I've actually been getting a lot more sleep. So that's been something pleasant that I've noticed since starting to take the medication. But overall, the theme of this week has just been me feeling exhausted, and I hope that that goes away after some time, but we'll see. Now, I'm going to make a 1-month review on me taking this medication. So if you'd like to see that video and more videos relating to ADHD, please go ahead and subscribe.